back again. We are going to be talking about the second episode of the second core of To Be Hero X.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay calm.
everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
Wait.
Everybody calm down.
And honestly, they're cooking as usual. We found out quite a bit about the world. What you think?
I finally got some more answers about fear. They're still holding back, but they gave us a little bit more information that I definitely like.
Yeah, they're definitely building up towards something big when it comes to this fear factor. But this episode was definitely a little bit interesting. We got to find out a little bit more lore as far as like how the hero system works. So this DJ guy that pulls up and is causing havoc, apparently he was one of like the
Quickest to get to number one.
yeah, like he was a former ex and he got there faster than anyone else. So he used to be really like that, but I don't know, man. Like, I don't know exactly what his relationship was with his agency that got it so messed up, but all of a sudden now he's just taking orders from shady individuals, and I feel like he just doesn't have enough, like, he doesn't think for himself enough, or based off of what I saw this episode, right? Because it feels like he just went into this facility, destroyed a bunch of stuff without really understanding, like, what the goal or what he would be finding there is, right? So I completely understand, I feel like, why he's no longer X. He doesn't have as much agency for himself, and he just wants to get like a quick, he's clout chaser. He's just really
Yeah.
a clout chaser. You know what I mean?
Nah,
But
he
still
didn't
is
want
like
to know
that.
the details. He just wanted to be told what he wanted to be here, and I bet that's how they set it up. It's like, go attack this facility. 'Cause he's out there just blowing stuff up, attacking it.
Yeah.
He just sees it. And he wants to know more. He just wanted power. He wanted to be number one, but surprisingly, he still had people believing in him, so because he still had power to overtake people.
You know? No, I mean, that makes sense though. I feel like once you get to that level, it's almost like with celebrities, right? Some celebrities can like pop off and be like really successful for a few years, but then after a while, like someone else becomes like the main focus. That doesn't mean the other person like is gone, but you're just not as popular as you used to be. So he definitely like is like a YouTuber or celebrity that fell off that's like trying to like regain their popularity, and apparently by any means, because this man was wild. He was not really acting hero like at all. He was out here like causing explosions. I thought he was about to kill that one scientist, but luckily the two girls pulled up, right? And the funny thing is they're still drunk because they had their little like I don't even know what to call that, like their hangout session. Yeah. And they think that what's attacking this facility right now is potentially the
Creepy
stalker.
guy.
Yeah. But the stalker, I thought that was the most interesting part of the episode. He was in like a room. It looked like he was in her room potentially, and like it looked like a girl's room. And he had like a bunch of like things like drawn up, kind of like he was investigating something. And I gotta know what his backstory is because for some reason he can't speak. You know what I mean? Like, is he really actually like doing this like against like the will of what that girl wants? Or maybe he's somebody that's important to her who got like turned into some sort of hero or villain. And now because of like the way trust value or maybe fear works, right? He can no longer like speak because that's what people believe he should be like, right? Or
Yeah.
people think he's a shadow now. So now he's like, he just can't interact the way he would want to. Because that looked crazy. I don't know. I feel like that little plot point, they're stringing it along, but I feel like once we finally find out who that is and what their purpose is, it's going to be crazy.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Because that plot point with fear, it's really interesting. Because I'm wondering who is it that led him down that path. Like, I want to know more about them. But they let us know more about the hero side, because they had, once they started getting attacked, they called the like society. You see all the heads of leaders of the different guilds there, and they all start calling their heroes. And Ghostblade doesn't pick up first string.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Upper
hot.
Rock. And
He
Rock
was
low-key,
hot.
He be having his heroes on a string.
Oh,
He
he
don't
even
care.
said, "Hey, you might need to tighten that leash."
For sure. But like, it's definitely interesting to see that the heroes are like the way they run it. It feels almost like you're looking at like the music industry, but if they had real powers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, all
Like
right,
the
who
way
do we want to save
labels,
this?
exactly. The way different labels run is kind of crazy. But it was just cool to see that like the whole like hero apparatus used to be different. Because what we find out, the FOMO group, they kind of let their heroes have a little bit more free reign in comparison to how Rock is, and then everybody else is kind of like on a tier in
Grassroots is what he
between.
said. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? and they're kind of trying to get rid of some of like their
Hmm.
early heroes because they're getting either uncontrollable or their brands aren't as safe. It's just crazy to see like how those companies and corporations are just really running it because it is kind of shady. So I kind of get why some of the heroes act out and do like certain things, but like they don't really even fully understand what they're playing with. Is what's scary. You know
Oh
what I
yeah.
mean? Because it sounds like from the end of the episode they don't understand trust value or fear for real.
They don't understand it 100%. Nah, they do not understand 100%. Because it was really interesting how that girl came in there with hardly any trust value and starts throwing hands with a former number one.
I think that's mostly her suit though. That's a tech.
Yeah.
Because I think we
No, it
find out
definitely was the tech.
her tech is made from this alien material,
I want to know more about that alien.
Yeah.
material. Yeah, I'm
which
digging.
can somehow like either negate or like
Trust value
tell
and
trust value
fear.
and fear. So maybe that's how she's been able to kind of hold her own versus people that she really shouldn't be able to. But at the same time, I'm not gonna lie. Like as much as it was cool to see her fight and everything, her character is just not that interesting to me yet.
I know she may not be that interesting yet, but that gear and the aliens. When have they mentioned aliens before in this show?
Yeah, that
That
part is
technology.
crazy.
So
I gotta know who the
they
aliens
used
are
her
for
to bring some more info into it. She was able to again just fight back, and then homie started getting infected by fear. She dipped out once she got infected by fear. She did not want any of that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been there for that either. Let Ghostblade do that. He's number 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not rocking with that. Hell no. Honestly, we didn't get to see Ghostblade move, so I was kind of disappointed by that. I was hoping to see him fight and see what the moveset really looked like. But this whole situation, this episode was just it was a lot of world building done, but the villain himself was so goofy. You know what I'm saying? So like, it was hard for me to take it serious until the very end, where I was like, oh, this might actually be kind of crazy. Because at the end, after the DJ was messed up by the fear, right? Somehow he gets out of there. I don't know.
I wonder if the fear teleported him. Like, yeah, they didn't show
Yeah,
too much.
I'm not sure if Ghostblade just didn't see him, because I feel like if Ghostblade found him, he was not getting away.
More
So he probably was already gone by the time Ghostblade got in there, and then he find the guy who actually was contracted to him. They had like a golden mask, so I don't think it was God Eye.
These people be hiding the masks, and
Yeah, but it was definitely interesting to me to see that like the project is called Project Zero. We know at some point in the past, the first ESOL fought a hero turned villain called Zero. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So like, I'm like, there's a lot of comparisons here that can be made. So I feel like, is this connected to him? Was he the first person to use fear? Maybe. Like how and why are they trying to recreate this if they know how dangerous it potentially be?
Exactly.
Right? So there's definitely a lot of like questions there. On even like the supposed good guys, what their intentions are. So obviously this dude with the golden staff and mask, like he's on demon time.
Oh, 100%.
So it's definitely gonna be crazy. This was like a good setup episode. Honestly, I would give it like 8. Maybe that might be too generous, but
Yeah, I
I
was
think the
feeling
world
around
building was
8 or
pretty good.
7.
Yeah, that's mostly off the world building for me. You know what I mean? I think it did have a lot of really good world building, and I enjoy seeing the executives kind of like talk to each other as we see them through time.